I thought that your children were a reflection of you, and you would build something, and you would mold them, and they would be what you want your child to be. And they'd be something wonderful, and it would be an incredible reflection of the parents. I think I had a very selfish and naive view of what it meant to be a parent. We figured out that your real job is to make sure that you bring a person into the world who'll be happy. As the parent of a child with a chronic life-threatening disease, your outlook on what you can do changes over time. When your child is first born, first diagnosed, you know, there's a certain amount of denial, and you hope that everybody got this wrong and that you're the one who dodges the bullet, and this isn't really what your kid has. And then when you realize that it is, that your child does have this condition, you begin to think, well, there's a cure that's just waiting. You know, it's just down the road, and we can make it to that cure, and everything will be better. And then at some point you realize that's not going to happen. Everything will not be better, but things can be a lot better. That there's been such progress made, and that will continue, and life will be good and will be normal at some point. There are so many terrible diseases out there, but for most of them, you kind of know what's in store for you. With this one, every day is really a new adventure. It's just when you think you've got everything under control and you've got a routine that works, something else happens. It's completely unpredictable. Anything that can go wrong will eventually go wrong. Every bullet you think you dodged finds you eventually. You begin to appreciate what's important. You don't take health for granted, and you don't take happiness for granted, and you don't take any one moment for granted. And there have been tremendous blessings and lessons that we've learned through Michael that have changed us and made us much, much better people. FD teaches you to appreciate what you've got, to find the blessings that life gives you. And my son, you know, for all of his problems, has this just incredibly positive outlook on life. And if he can do that, it's an example to everyone around him that they can do it. And that really changes your life, and it changes your perspective on life. Michael has taught me incredible lessons. He's taught me what it means to be faced with ridiculously bad odds, and yet wake up every day with a smile on his face, and to face life with dignity and with courage, and none of that being contrived, just being that's his nature. There are certain things in his life that are really bad, and he doesn't focus on those. He just refuses to let that stuff weigh him down most of the time. He has some moments of weakness, but instead, he just faces every day as though it's going to be the greatest day of his life. And he's just going to charge into it, and he's going to look for happiness instead of focusing on sadness. It's hard to conceive of a life without the Dysautonomia Foundation. If that were the case, our lives would be dramatically different. And I suspect, you know, our lives would be miserable. What has been done for Michael and what has been done for our family, both in the medical care that he's received and the feeling of hope that we have, are incredible. I couldn't believe that there were people that were that kind and that selfless, and it seemed like they got up every day just to try to figure out what they could do to help people like us.